Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
Lawmakers say they have reached a $1.5 trillion deal on the government funding package here, which they have to pass by Friday to prevent a government shutdown. And there's several other things packaged in this deal. You can see the headline here, and here's a couple of the items in here. They still have to vote on this, but here's what they have kind of announced here so far. Congressional negotiators have reached a bipartisan deal on a $1.5 trillion sprawling omnibus package to fund the government. This is just the cost of what it takes to run the government nowadays. This is really no different than when Trump was president or when Biden's president. It's just how much it costs nowadays to run the government. It's just very, very expensive. This includes funding the defense of our country. It's just very, very expensive to fund our government nowadays. As pressure mounts on lawmakers to wrap up the spending talks under the wire amid ongoing crisis of Ukraine. They have to do this by Friday evening, Friday night at midnight, or else we'll have a government shutdown. The legislation includes what the Democrats have lauded as the biggest increase to non-defense discretionary spending in 4 years. A lot of it's because of the cost of inflation. The GOP has also touted a $42 billion increase for defense spending in the package. And with what's going on in the world, probably not a bad time to up our defense budget because, well, there's a crazy person out there right now. And we probably need to defend our country right now and make sure that it's well defended because we never know what we're going to need to defend ourselves from. Saying the deal achieves dollar for dollar parity for defense and non-defense increases. And it's probably just something that we need to protect ourselves from right now. The bill also will include about $14 billion in emergency funding to boost humanitarian, security, and economic assistance for Ukraine and Central European allies amid the Russian invasion. Now remember, $14 billion out of $1.5 trillion, that only accounts to about 1% of the bill, if I'm doing my mental math correctly. In addition to more than $15 billion in COVID supplemental funding offsets by rescission of previously appropriated funds. Top lawmakers unveiled text for the sweeping legislation to fund the government through the remainder of the fiscal 2022, which ends at the end of September. They announced today. The House is expected to take action on it today. House Democrats said leaders have told members to prepare for a vote on Friday, pending changes to the package. However, lawmakers remain hopeful that the bill will be on a fast track to President Biden's desk. Among some of the highlights in this government funding bill, Democrats have noted are a historic funding boost for education, science, research and development, as well as climate change. More than $17 billion has been outlined for Title 1A grants to local education agencies. And the legislation includes a $400 increase to maximum Pell Grant awards, both of which Democrats say are the largest boost in more than a decade, which is really good news. Democrats say the measure would also expand funding in areas for affordable housing, including $280 million for 32,800 new housing vouchers, an 11% increase for affordable housing production via the HOME program, in addition to a 6% increase, or about $3.2 billion for homeless assistance grants. Pretty interesting there. When this passes, I'll try to see what I can drum up here about different type of grants and programs, stimulus type programs, what comes out of this. Remember, this isn't a stimulus program, but this is a government funding bill. But there is some programs like that in here, so we'll have to see what comes out of this. The party also boasts historic funding for the Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy to support investments in areas like vehicle technology, wind power, solar energy, in addition to a host of other climate investments. Republicans say the legislation will also go big on defense, which right now is probably well needed, with more than $780 billion set aside for the Department of Defense and other defense functions, as well as an 11% increase from the previous fiscal year for the Department of Homeland Security. Quote, there's no reason why we couldn't get it done by Friday, but if we need to, need Saturday or Sunday, then we'll do it then. Which means we could have a temporary government shutdown if they don't have time to get this done. So yeah, leave it up to Congress to wait till the last minute for everything. In all fairness, though, with the war going on right now, I give them a little bit of a pass this time around because it's just been day after day. It's just been unexpected news. You literally wake up every day and it's like, all right, well, what happened? What happened overnight this time? Is Ukraine still there? Did Putin? What did he do? It's just like it's crazy. So I'll keep you up to date here. Absolutely crazy. We have more and more states just announcing more and more stimulus packages, stimulus checks. Sometimes they call it tax relief, tax rebates. They all have kind of different names for it, but a lot of times it's really just they're giving you money, they're giving you checks, they're giving you money in different ways. We have a lot of different things here. I actually have some more coming in the pipeline that I've already started to see here that I'll have for you here in the next day or two as I research it more. But it's just so much news coming out right now. It's just I have to actually pick and choose to even cover in my videos here. But it's just absolutely crazy, and it's one of those situations where we have to actually increase military funding. You almost kind of got to think, especially on the Russian border over there on Alaska and California and Hawaii, you got to kind of almost think like, with Putin being so crazy, you almost kind of think if he sent jets over, if he sent a missile over, the U.S. has to be prepared to shoot that stuff down. And the U.S. has the most advanced military in the world, but the U.S. has got to be prepared for that stuff at any given time. So it's not a bad time to bolster our defenses, especially on that border over there, because with Putin, it's just anything's possible. Anything's possible, especially now. He literally makes these threats in the public. He literally says that anybody that interferes with his war on Ukraine is declaring war against him. So, and he openly says that if anybody does that he will use nukes. So, he literally says this in the open media. So the U.S. needs to have anti-missile defense systems open and ready. It even needs to build more, and he needs to have systems on high alert and all this stuff ready just in case. Even if a very remote possibility, they need to be up in systems, because if they haven't built new systems in a while, build more. Have everything ready just in case. Even if there's no remote possibility, it's hey, let's spend the money. We have $30 trillion in national debt. Now's the time to hey, spend an extra couple billion just in case, right? Because they're spending $1.5 trillion just to fund the government until September. So think about that. So what's an extra couple $1 billion to defend our country with some things like that, just in case, because that's kind of more important than anything.
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.